One more question for the sheriff. Yes, ma'am, you had your hand up.
Is the first order of law enforcement officials to support and defend the Constitution? Is that correct? Their first order?
I solemnly swear I will support the Constitution of the United States. And don't forget the foreign and domestic thrown in there, right? Okay.
Including the Fifth Amendment to due process rights. What do you think of the NDAA 2012 that took away those Fifth Amendment rights? Are you aware of the NDAA 2012
No.
sections 1021
No.
and 1022 gives the president sole authority to detain anyone indefinitely?
Well, the executive order you're talking about.
No.
Okay.
This is the National Defense Authorization Act, sections 1021 and 1022 of the 2012 NDAA. The NDAA is to fund the military, but sometimes they slip in policy sections. The funding sections expire every year for the next NDAA. The policy sections stand until they're struck. And the NDAA 2012 had policy section 1021 and 1022 that gives the president, not just this president, all future presidents. So it doesn't matter whether or not you trust President Obama. Do you trust all future presidents? And do you trust President Obama? Gives him the sole authority to detain anyone indefinitely, without charges, without trial, completely against our Fifth Amendment rights. This has been downplayed in the media. It's the most serious piece of legislation ever to hit this country.
So why don't you go talk to your congressman and see
Our
if they voted
Congress
for it?
tried, Justin Amash and Smith, a bipartisan, tried to introduce legislation to strike those amendments. It was narrowly defeated. It was a lawsuit, so the legislative branch has failed us. Legislative branch has failed us. President Obama signed it into law, even though he did a signing statement saying he wasn't going to use it. He signed it. He recognized, he admitted it was dangerous and unconstitutional, but he signed it into law anyway.
Has it gone to court?
Yes, it went to the Supreme Court, the Hedges lawsuit, and the Supreme Court threw it out. So all three branches of federal government have failed us. And people against the NDAA and the Worcester Tea Party and many Tea Parties across the country are taking it into our own hands at the local level. Albany, New York passed a resolution protecting their residents for Fifth Amendment rights. I have the right to see my accusations. I have the right to due process under the Fifth Amendment. So now we have an unequal situation. Residents of Albany, New York have more rights than the rest of us.
Well, she's done a lot of homework that's very commendable. Now, I don't know how to generate some interest, what you're telling me, but you're telling everybody.
Well, I'm from Worcester, Massachusetts, and we have a pledge from the Worcester Chief of Police saying he will defend due process rights for Worcester, even if the federal level will not. So I think we now need to take hold of our rights at a local level, including sheriffs, including city councils. And we're trying to get resolutions passed throughout the country to build the pressure for the federal government to finally do the right thing. And it does start with law enforcement professionals.
Thank you for that insight.
All right, we have one.